It's time for the Movin The Chains podcast. Your home for high school football coverage in the Palmetto State. Every team, every game, every week. And now your host, Kevin Thomas and Jarrell Hendricks.
Welcome into Movin The Chains, brought to you by Founders Federal Credit Union. I'm Kevin Thomas alongside Cheraw Hendricks. We've got a great interview today, a very special guest, the head coach of the Cheraw Braves, Andy Poole. Coach, how you doing today?
Everything's wonderful. Just got finished with open house. Looking forward to talking to you guys about some high school football.
We appreciate your time. We really do. If this is you guys' first time tuning in, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, etc. at Movin Chains. Our website, movinchains.com. That's movinchans.com. Our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, and more. Coach Poole will be headed into his 8th season with the Braves. They went 4-8 last season and advanced to the second round of the playoffs. Coach, let's start there. Talk about your coaching career. How did you get started and how did you get to where you are now?
You know what? I'm a graduate from Cheraw High School, graduated in 98. Went to college, played baseball. The way I got into coaching in general, when I came home one summer from college, I started coaching a little league baseball team. I was like, this is pretty fun. And one winter, I got a hold of a little league football team, and I said, how do I get into coaching full time? I had no idea. They said, well, you got to be a teacher. I was like, well, I don't know about that. But anyway, went into teaching, got my certification, ended up getting 2 master's degrees, went back to Cheraw, coached JV for 12 years, and ended up getting the head job when Coach Johnny White stepped down.
Coach Poole, for those who haven't seen Cheraw play, what types of schemes are you employing on the offensive defensive sides of the ball, and do you call plays for either side?
I'm a defensive guy at heart. I've adapted to the offensive side. We're pretty much spread. We do jump into the wishbone some, to slow games down. We don't show that a lot. I don't know if we have the numbers to, so to speak, hold up running the wishbone that amount for 4 quarters, so to speak. It's a physical type of offense. We do have a package for it. Defensively, we're a 4-2-5. We like to, send pressure from everywhere. We're more of a smaller, fast defense than we are of a plugging defense. We just don't have those guys 6'3", 6'4", 285 pounds. We have the smaller guys, 5'10", 215, and we have to do a lot of stunting, to take up some room.
So you guys, obviously, you're all the way through spring ball now. You're through the summer and 7-on-7 season. What were you able to learn about your team over that time period?
I'll be honest with you. I've been so impressed with these guys this summer. Coming off 4-8 last year, it's real easy to say, well, my gosh, are we going to be any better? It's the same kids, and we basically have the same kids, but we did graduate, 80-something% of my offense with one kid, with Zay Brown graduating. He was phenomenal. But the kids had a great summer. 7-on-7 was good. We won a couple tournaments. A couple kids got scholarships based off, seeing the tournaments. We're very junior heavy. The kids were very excited throughout the summer. When the first couple of days of our regular season practice have been great. We're just excited to get the pads on and get ready for our first scrimmage on Thursday.
If you don't mind, highlight some of those kids you're excited about, that have really worked hard, and who we should be looking out for this season.
The first guy who got offered actually got offered during spring ball. Dwight Harrington. He's a senior free safety. I mean, he could play anywhere. He's 6'3", about 180 pounds. The Citadel offered him, came by and said, look, we got to have him. I was like, listen, you and everybody else. And he's a great kid. 3.5 GPA. He's a basketball player. He's going to run track next year. Just a phenomenal ball player. He can play wide receiver for us. I mean, he can do anything. We're going to put him in the box and play our jack position, our outside linebacker. He can play anything. He's just a phenomenal kid, phenomenal athlete. Our quarterback, Aiden Nolan, got offered by St. Andrews at their tournament. We've got quite a few guys, this got potential to play at the next level. Kevon Ford, our senior running back, we're looking at him to have a big season. He scored a humongous touchdown against Marion this past year. Tyson Calder on the offensive line. He's had a great summer. He's 6'3" and a half, about 260. I mean, he's a really lean guy, very mean as a rattlesnake, but a very good ball player. And we got several guys, our underclassmen that's going to be on radar, especially our freshman class. We potentially could start 5 freshmen this year on this team.
Wow, that's super impressive, Coach. Looking back at last year, you guys, you didn't have the best record, but you lost 4 of those games by, I think, a touchdown or less. What was your team able to kind of, learn from that, and how will that help you guys as you're a little bit older this year?
That's the thing. It's frustrating but encouraging at the same time, losing games by 7 points. I mean, it's frustrating as all get out, considering you were winning all of those games and ended up losing right there at the end. But the thing about it is those kids never quit. They never missed practice. They never had bad attitudes. They always kept coming back. And it's the same kids you're going to see on Friday night this year. A year older, a year bigger, faster, stronger. They're very encouraged by how we ended last year. Yes, we lost in the second round, but look how we got there. We ended up beating Marion, who was a phenomenal team, has some of the best athletes in the state of South Carolina. One of the kids, Quashid Scott, just committed to Kentucky, who is an amazing athlete and a great guy as well. But, we got blew out at homecoming by 70 and ended up beating them in the first round of the playoffs. That's a story in itself.
If you don't mind, just elaborate on that game. Like, what went right? It seemed like a special night, especially that turnaround. I mean, no offense, you guys got beat pretty bad in the regular season.
We got our doors blown off. Listen, you're not going to hurt my – I experienced it. It's okay. So the homecoming game got lopsided quick. We knew Marion was good. I mean, they beat Lakeview very bad in the first game. Lakeview's got a phenomenal program. They ended up beating Pageland by a couple of touchdowns. Pageland don't give up touchdowns on defense. So we knew they were good. But when we saw them in person, when they got off the bus, I was like, boys, we might be in trouble. And, I thought we had a pretty good team. Young, but I thought we were pretty good. And they got going, and we was like, well, we just got to slow these guys down because we're not going to stop them. So anyway, we ended up going to the first round of the playoffs. We drew Marion, and none of the kids were like, man, none of them's like, they're going to pound us again. Well, we put in our wishbone stuff. We was like, listen, we're going to slow this game down. We can't give them 75 possessions on offense because they might score on 60 of them. We just can't do that. So we slowed the game down, ended up battling back, tying it up, took the lead. Zay Brown broke off 2 runs. I think he had 2 straight carries for 165 yards. Scored on both of them. So we ended up taking the lead, and they scored really late. I think it was 4 minutes to go. And they ended up going for 2 because they hadn't kicked a whole lot. And I said, boys, if we can just stop them right here, we got a chance to win this thing. And Tyson Calder, one of the kids we talked about, cut through the line on the 2-point conversion, cut the guy down in the backfield. And we ended up, winning by 1, but it was not without drama. I mean, they ended up throwing a touchdown pass. It was a holding call on them. Guy was running around. When you have athletes like that, there's never not enough time. I mean, it can be 2 seconds on the clock. And it was a game that came down to the last, couple seconds. And I'll be honest with you, it was one of these games you hear about but don't believe. I'm glad I have it on film. So.
Coach, talking a little bit all fair about this, but you guys don't play week 0 this year. How does that kind of maybe either, maybe help your preparation or what does that do for kind of setting you guys up going into the season?
Well, this last year was the first time we hadn't played week 0 in, 25, 30 years. We always want to play week 0 so you get your bye week later in the season. But, having such a young team last year, we decided that we wanted that extra week of practice. And it's going to benefit us this year as well because, we're able to have our 3 scrimmages or whatever and have that extra week to prepare for our first-round foe. Marlboro County is going to be good. Athletic is all get out. They're good every year. So it's going to help us out again. Do I like waiting to play and watching everybody else play week 0? Absolutely not. I want to play. I like to play every week. Don't worry about a bye week. But this extra week's going to help us. It gets us in condition. It gets us another week ready for the heat. Schematic wise, we could put in a few more things. We got time to get ready. But do I want to play? Absolutely. So, and the kids do too. So they're very excited about our scrimmages and our jamboree coming up, and we're playing some top-notch talent in that as well.
If you don't mind, who are you scrimmaging, and what jamborees do you have coming up here in the next few weeks?
So Thursday we have 6 teams coming to Cheraw. We got Scotts Branch, Trinity Collegiate, Marlboro County, Latta, and Buford. We will not be playing Buford nor Marlboro because Buford's in our region, Marlboro's on our schedule. But we will be playing Latta. We play Latta. My buddy Brandon's their head coach. We play every year. We could be in the state championship. We'll still scrimmage the week up. I'm not real big on not playing. I want to play. You're gonna get tape on me. It's no big deal. I want to play. So in the next week we have an 8-team scrimmage in Cheraw, where our 4 county schools are going to be there, and we're bringing in Mullins, Darlington, Hannah-Pamplico, and Latta. So we'll all play. The county schools are all going to play. There'll be food trucks there. It'll be a great thing for the community. And, we're really looking forward to it. And then the big dog comes on August 11th. We go to Dillon and play them at 9 o'clock.
That'll be a fun one for sure, Coach.
It's always fun to play Dillon.
Always a question that we have to ask, at the lower levels, the 1 and 2A especially, you got a bunch of guys, going both ways and just things like that. Kind of a 2-part question. How are your numbers this year? And then as far as a head coaching side, how do you kind of structure your practice so that you guys can get work on both sides of the ball without maybe tiring the guys out, but still getting enough, time and learning what they need to learn out there?
That's the thing about, our lower levels. We don't have good numbers. I mean, on an average year, we'll probably dress out 38 to 40 on varsity, 25, 28 on JV, give or take. This year is no different. I think on our roster right now, with a couple kids that are going to play JV during the season, but are on our roster right now, I think we have 42. And practice is calculated. We just we have to know. We give guys a ton of breaks, but we also know they have to be in shape. The physicality, we're really physical. The first part of practice, we bang, 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 bang. Then we back off, and we're on air, we're on dummies, we're on cans or whatever. Once we're able to have contact or whatever. But these first couple of practices, do I like them because we can't hit? No, but it also saves my legs, saves my kids' bodies. They don't have to go through that punishment that we're going to have to put them through in order to get through these scrimmages and stuff.
Coach, we love to show the kids love, but who are some coaches on your staff that you have? Do you mind highlighting those guys? Did you have some changes? Were you able to keep everything intact?
Listen, I can't get rid of these guys. Listen, that we are thick as thieves. We don't have any turnover whatsoever. When I got this job, I got the same clowns with me now that I had when I got hired, but they're great guys. Coach Chad Lee is our head JV coach and offensive coordinator. Coach Billy Amick is our defensive coordinator. He's our elder statesman, been doing it a long time. He was around when they won it in '93. He's been around forever. Bo Hillian was our offensive line coach this year. Terrence Waiters helps with our JV. Jonathan Griggs does our wide receivers. Damian Ash does our running backs. Andre Garvin does our defensive line. Coach Bird, our athletic director, our baseball coach, our volleyball coach, our tennis coach. He does everything. He helps with the linebackers, the secondary, the special teams. Timmy Adams has been with us forever. He coached me when I was in school. Coach Amick coached me when I was in school. I hope I don't forget anybody. I know I'm going to forget somebody, and they're going to be upset with me. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. Lord,
take your time, Coach.
I just don't want to forget somebody. They text me as soon as just think, thanks, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? You know what? I'm fixing to look on my phone.
I can edit this. We're good. We're all good.
I want to see that I'm going through the effort to find them on this to make sure that
it's only right. You did classify them as clowns before we started going through this.
Let's see. I did. And Derek Gordon. I knew it. He's our administrative assistant, and he helps with our secondary with Coach Amick. I knocked out everybody else, so we're good to go.
Love it.
Coach, you mentioned there, Cheraw is a proud program. It's had some titles, some state championships. And, when I was growing up, had studs like, Cliff Matthews and Jerron Brown and, even Travis Small and that whole group there. Can you kind of, feel a sense of the community, how they really want to get back to that level? And, can you kind of feel the hunger for a big-time winner over there?
This is the thing I think every town experiences, every coaching staff. The names you just named are generational talent.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
So in a town like Cheraw, we're not Gaffney, we're not Dorman, Somerville, Abbeville for that matter. Abbeville has studs every year, and they have 400 students. That's the thing. We have athletes in cycles just like everybody else. The generational athlete like you just named is few and far between here. And listen, I would love for Cliff to walk through those doors. Listen, Jerron, Travis, Montreal, Kenyatta, Gary. Listen, I can go on and on and on. Chris Massey.
Yep.
We had some dogs come through these hallways, and we would love to have them again. The thing we can do as coaches in the community, we should expect that. You should always expect to be great. But let's support the kids who we have and appreciate them for what they bring to the table, because it's not every day you're going to have Travis Small say, we're going to rush for 3,500 yards. You know what? If I could go into this season and say, look, I'm going to have a 3,500-yard rusher, hey, everybody be happy, but that's not the way it goes. We're going to put these kids in the best position they can to be successful. We're going to go from there. We hope we get supported no matter what.
Take your financial game to the next level with Founders Federal Credit Union. Reach your full potential. Relax. Join Founders today. Visit an office near you or relaxjoinfounders.com to apply. Federally insured by NCUA, member qualification required.
Coach, let's shift gears a little bit. We're foodies here at Moving the Chains. We're going to Cheraw. We're coming over there. Point us in the direction. Where are we getting that pregame meal before we head over to the stadium?
What we need to know what kind of food you want.
Anything.
Kind of genre. No. There's got to be something. Okay, it's what you need to do. Okay,
I can sit down. I'm classy, and I can and I can eat a hot dog. So
you can get nasty. I understand this.
Barbecue, steak, whatever you got for me, Coach.
Okay, the people in Cheraw are going to get upset when I tell you this. If you want a steak, you need to stop at Carolina Restaurant in Chesterfield on Highway 9 on the way into Cheraw.
Okay.
Cannot beat their steaks. And anybody in Cheraw will say, oh, why don't you tell them about Cheraw? They have the best steak around. People travel for 100 miles to come eat their steaks. It's unbelievable. We have a great Mexican restaurant, Fiesta Tapatía. We have a bistro on 2nd that's very good if you want to pay high-end dining, very good appetizer, steak. You're going to have the layout, the design of the food. The presentation is going to be, we have our every fast food in the world. We got 7 stoplights and 64 fast food restaurants. But we have Dizzy's. We have a brand new hotel, a Marriott, something got built downtown, and it's got a Dizzy's, which Dizzy Gillespie's from Cheraw, and they've named the restaurant after him. It is very good, and we got some good, actually some pretty good places to eat in Cheraw, considering we just don't have a whole lot of population.
Okay. So kind of a follow-up on that, Coach. Drell mentioned it, barbecue. We're big barbecue guys. What's your spot kind of in the area? Where would you go for that?
Ooh.
I know in South Carolina it's tough, man. It's all over the place, ain't it?
Best barbecue around here used to be a restaurant in Cheraw called Bill's Barbecue.
Okay.
He does not do it anymore. And I'm lying to you. Our name of our hotel is Spring Hill Suites. That's West. That's I don't want to go, you're living in Cheraw, you don't know the name of the new restaurant. But it's Spring Hill Suites with Dizzy's at the bottom of it. Very good. The best barbecue around is probably Schuler's.
Come on now. Let's go.
I
love Schuler's. I can't. It's my favorite spot. Come on.
It's very good. We just don't have a good barbecue spot around here. Know where you need to go. You need to go to Oslo's. It's about a quarter mile from the high school. It is co-owned by a staff member at the high school, Miss Gina Crowder and Jimmy Crowder run it, and they do a phenomenal job. You can look them up on Facebook. It's Oslo's Spirits, and I can't remember, but it's under Oslo's.
Okay.
They are phenomenal cooks. Food. They actually have a barbecue egg roll as well as a macaroni and cheese egg roll.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for fusion type dishes, so there we go.
That is very good. They have specials, nightly lunch specials. A lot of teachers call in, they get it delivered. It's very good.
Okay. Well, last one here for you, Coach, before I let you go. What are some of your goals for the 2023 season for the Cheraw Braves?
You know what? We just want to put our guys in the spotlight, get these guys to the next level. We've done an excellent job as a staff. We've signed 25 kids in 7 years. We're, Dwight being 26, Aiden will be 27. That's 2 guys who will have an opportunity to play. These kids are all good kids. We never have any problems with them. Our goal, of course, is every year is, win a region championship, advance deep into the playoffs, give our kids an opportunity to play on a big stage, whether it's a, lower state championship game, state championship game, region championship game. Give our kids a chance to, show themselves against good teams. That's why we want to play, good teams. Like next year, I'm going to try to schedule a Florida or a Georgia team. Yeah. I want our kids to be able to experience something other than Cheraw. I mean, a lot of our, our school, our towns like this, all we see is what we see on TV. Well, how come so-and-so gets to travel to so-and-so? I want these kids to be able to experience that. Like at the end of the summer, we took our kids to a water park. Yeah. Kids had a blast. So, that was one thing that we wanted to be able to do. And, if we can, broaden their horizons through football, that's what we're going to do.
Well, this has been great. I definitely want to go check out Coach Poole and the Braves program on Twitter and Facebook. They do a great job posting highlights and updates about their kids. So definitely do that. Like I mentioned, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, etc. at Movin Chains and movinchains.com. Our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, and more. Movin The Chains, brought to you by Founders Federal Credit Union. Drill, anything else for Coach? We'll let him go tonight.
Coach Poole, love your energy and enthusiasm. Can see why your staff has stayed with you for 8 years. Just wish you continued success. Watching this team grow up, like you said earlier in the interview, man, that big playoff win over Marion, that's quite the turnaround. But that's a testament to your staff, you and your kids, how hard you guys play. Looking forward to following you this year. Best of luck. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, and go get them.
Well, guys, thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all highlighting our kids in our program. Like I said, any opportunity we get to showcase our kids, look, we keep putting the kids first. You'll never see us in a picture or anything. If it's kids first, because if it's not the kids, we don't have a job.
We appreciate it, Coach. We look forward to stopping by a practice or a game and getting to meet you in person. And best of luck this year, all right?
Now, y'all come on by and come see us. Now, listen, I'll be honest with you. If they ever start a reality show following remember the thing on MTV a couple years ago, we would definitely make some money. I'm telling you right now, we would have viewers across the world.
I love it. We appreciate it, Coach, and chat soon, all right?
Appreciate it, guys. Talk to you soon.